spiritual.
That's
Spiritual is going out and sitting at the tank in the morning,
it's saying
throwing a line,
prayers and
saying a prayer,
Yeah.
and just sitting there with a
I
bobber and a worm on the hook, and just chilling out.
Well, we've talked about this before. It's like some people are closer to God when they're in a place like that, secluded than in the church house. And
That's true.
that's
concur.
kind of
That's so
my
true.
thought.
Well, the people in the church house I've been like screwed over by people in the church house more than
Yes.
any other people.
Because basically what happens is, and I mean, it depends on how you've grown up. People are brought into this. You have to go to this church. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to do this. And it's not the four walls that save you. It's that man up there. It's this to him. And you don't have to go in somewhere, be in front of somebody. Sometimes I need to.
No, it's
I'm,
good to
I'm,
go.
I'm
No
Catholic,
doubt.
and sometimes I have to go to church just to go in and go,
Yeah, I get that. Because I mean,
but
I'm with you.
and my church has gone so disastrously wrong
All priests are wild.
because there's some good ones. You know, we've had some very good, and I mean they're close to our hearts. They have moved back to Poland because of what's happening over here, and they were the people that I mean opened up stuff, and it's like these guys are like, and they tell you these stories, and you're like. And then you go and you listen to some other folks in different churches, and I've been to a lot of different churches, and it's this hellfire and brimstone shit. And then you could be walking around the store one day and you bump into somebody, they got a whole bunch of beer in their cart, and you got beer in your cart, and you're looking like, okay, you're. And I was like, like offended. I'm like, yeah, just have a big.
Well, it's like when we joined the Church of Christ, like the next week, Brittany's in there buying beer for her granddad in there, and a bunch of ladies from church were in there, and I was like, she was all worried about it, and I was like, don't worry about it.
No, I mean but it's like here now though. I mean, we've moved back here, and it's like we went in several weeks ago, and we kind of loaded up a little bit, and this bald guy at Spring Market, he's like, "So you having a party?" He's like, "No, we're just got some."
We have a problem.
So we got some hunters coming over this week, and got to just keep everybody. Oh, okay. So, talk about judgment. First time we come up here, Jamie and I. Jamie's getting a new pickup, so we're going to Anson, Texas. I'm like, "Where is Anson, Texas?" He goes, "It's up here," and blah blah blah. And going to Charles Lawn Ford, and we drive up there, and Jamie gets his truck. T. Middlebrook worked at Jamie's, and he set us up with Charles because I guess PB Middlebrook used to be the Ford dealer here before Charles. We drive in, and we were pretty hungover, and we leave. And my mom and dad lived in Wichita Falls, so we were heading up to Wichita Falls, and I said, "Man, we need some beer."
Not here.
Well, we did not know that. Tim goes, "Hey, there's an Allsup's." So we pulled in the Allsup's. And I'm like do the perimeter, and the lady goes, "Can I help you?" I was like, where's the beer? She goes, beer? We don't sell beer here. I'm like going, well, what do you mean? She goes, it's a dry county. I was like, what's a dry county? She goes, no alcohol. I was like, she goes, all you can do is go to Hamlet or you can go to Stanford. I'm like, where's that at? She goes, Stanford's that way. It's like, so I go out and I get in the truck, and Jamie's like, where's the beer? I said, it's
How
a
can
dry,
we drive? We don't have any beer.
it's a dry county. Jamie goes, what the hell's a dry county? I said, they don't sell alcohol here. He goes, where we gotta go? I said, we gotta go to Stanford. He goes, where's that? I said, just right up the road. And I get in the, I swear to God, I looked at him, I said, if I ever tell you I'm gonna move to Anson, Texas, you need to kick me square in the balls. He goes, don't worry.
How long did it take before you moved here?
That was probably 88 or 89 or 90. And we moved to, left, moved back up here to Stanford with my mom and dad. That's 92, and I went to work for Charles. That's where it all began.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all have always lived in, you know, you're our uncle, and y'all have always lived in tourist towns. You know, I've always like admired that y'all went from, you know, like Travis to Rio to Port Aransas. How long does it take, like when you're there, to feel like a local and not just a tourist that comes in? You know what I mean?
It also was, you never, I mean, we had our friends there, we had some family there with that became family, and it helped us. But as far as you're still an outsider there. But pretty much everybody else was.
Yeah, I mean, without tourists in Reynosa, it wouldn't
No,
be a
I
thing. You know,
Well,
But
look, look at that, like us going to PK. I mean, we've got our PK friends that we don't feel like outsiders at PK because we've been going there our whole lives. I mean, that's the way I look
Right.
at that.
The craziest thing though about when we moved to Ruidoso from Austin was being in the car business, and I went out and finally, after a year and a half of working on the reservation and stuff, I went to work for the General Motors Chrysler Dodge dealership. There was people that came in that bought cars that I met that I sold cars to in Austin. And that was their getaway.
buying a car on vacation is a flex. When I go on vacation, I'm spending what I got.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, it was the wildest thing because people come up there and then you'd meet them and be like, "Bud, is that you?" I'd be like, "Yeah." And we'd be somewhere. We'd be at a damn casino and there'd be this lady. There's this lady from somewhere where they grow peanuts up North Texas, and I walked by her and she goes, "Bud, is that you?" I was like, "Yeah, what do you do?" I can't remember her name. God, they were
Every time I'm in Reynosa, I see somebody from
exactly
around here. Every time I'm there, I see somebody. It's,
And she goes, "Are you selling cars?" I was like, "Yeah." Huh. And then it's just the whole. But yeah, I mean, it takes you a while. Like then when we moved to Port A, Port A was still old school. Even though it was new, kind of picking up, it was still.
I call it a dive bar town.
It was the most beautiful town.
It still is to us,
It is,
but
but I mean, then
Y'all watched it change.
there was nobody that I mean, You didn't have the trucks that were deleted hauling ass 90 miles an hour through town. Everybody was chill out. Nobody gave a shit about the golf carts driving 15 miles an hour. It was just like, oh, this is cool. And you go to the dive bars. You go to the gosh, what was the place?
Back porch bar.
Back porch bar. Go to the back porch bar, and that was like the joint of all joints, man. Because it was beach bums to billionaires. I mean, you met the beach bums, and you met the billionaires. You met these people, but the cool thing about the billionaires was they were down there having a good time, big ass boats, but they enjoyed life.
So out of the three, like Lake Travis, Ruidoso, Port A, what would you say is if you had to pick one, what would be your favorite of those three that you lived at?
Like Travis was good. Ruidoso was good, but I'd say the friends and family that we have met down in Port A. Port A was the salt, it's terrible on your vehicles and terrible on RVs and everything, but as far as your soul goes, it's like when Chris and I take a ride around here, we go to the parking lot to us here is kind of like sitting at the beach or sitting in Charlie's pasture. Because you can sit there and you can look out. And you can see Quail Ridge way over there. You see the lines. And you see what's left of Thrill Hill over here. And it's just like, we left here, and we left here, we were like, never be back. Can't believe anybody would live here. God, how did we end up here? And then how did we end up together? And then she joined in this whole deal of just like, and we'd come back for holidays and stuff like that. And wherever we lived, whether it was like Travis, Ruidoso, or Port A. And then there came this point in your life to where you come home. So,
Well, see, I've had like people come from Utah that like to my work, and I've been up there, and it's like so beautiful, and they come here and it's like, oh, this is beautiful, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah,
I feel like changing scenery.
it's crazy though, because it really is
It
beautiful.
does a lot, because like I can go look at the desert and be like, oh, that's cool. I can be out in the middle of that by myself. That'd be great. And then
Yeah.
they come here and they're like, wow, y'all have trees. They're mesquites. They're not trees. You know?
Exactly though. I mean, you're like going, well,
Everything you just said sounds so backwards to me because I've never thought about leaving here. Well, we've thought about leaving here one time. The first time that we got sued, that was when I was like, "Yeah, we're out of here. These people are trying to bankrupt us. And we were looking at houses on Zillow, not in Corpus Christi, but in that area, and I was like, we're just gonna move down there. I'll find a job doing something, but we're getting out of here because, I mean, that wasn't the first time. People tried to ruin our reputation or just try to ruin us in general, like these people are trying to do. And like, other than that, I've never thought about leaving here. I love it here. And I think it's more beautiful here than anywhere on earth.
see, when I first moved here, I didn't want to be here. I mean, it was just one of those things like, this
So you came in with a negative attitude.
definitely.
And I just didn't know any different.
And exactly. But I was here and I'm like going, and I hated it. I mean, I hated every moment here. And I'm not trying to make this about anything, but I started working at Charles on Ford. It was like the first or second day that I worked there. And there's this chick. I should say chick.
That was the girl before Kristen. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the girl before Kristen. There's this chick that cruises by in this white Mustang GT. And I look at her and I'm like, wow. Kristen. And I go, oh my God. And things never worked out at that point. And I would go into Dillard's, and she worked at Dillard's, and I would buy wedding plates, Bombay silver or something like that, and I'd have everything engraved. She worked at Dillard's, and I'd walk in, and I was like, oh, there's that. And of course, I'd be like this stupid ass, and be like, you know, you did, and she's like, oh, hey, how are you? So, you know, Kristen, you know, you're talking to Kristen. I'm like, oh, well, you know, I can't believe, you know. She still tells me, like, going, he's ass when you come in. I was like, going, I didn't know what to say. I was like, going, there's that chick that I like, but.
While you're buying wedding.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing it for everybody else. You know? She's going, well, hell, I'm getting a commission on this.
Well, like my wife knew me before I knew her. So you never introduced yourself? You want to introduce yourself, bud?
My name's Bud Swan.
What are some of your hobbies?
Love saltwater fish. I like to drink a little beer. I'm getting back into shooting deer, which I haven't shot one yet, but getting close.
It's still 95 degrees here, so it's
I'm coaxing in. And you know, just like taking it easy.
yeah. Are you taking up golf?
Well, I played golf twice last month and over the last 15 years. And I'm excited about it again.
Yeah, that's fun.
I'm really excited about going and checking that place out. It's like this.
It used to be Diamondback, but
Well, no. It's like this driving range. It's like,
oh, Mulligan's.
yeah.
Oh yeah, bucket on Tuesdays. Bucket of beer, bucket of balls. 20
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah, whenever I was around there, I'll do that every Tuesday.
But I need. My brother told me, and I told my brother, I was like, "Oh man, I'm starting golf again." He's like, "Oh," and he sent me this like text that was like this long. I'm like,
Did you golf here? Or did
He
you
golfed in Lubbock with me.
"Love it with him,"
Yeah.
and then
I was supposed to send
Did it
you.
get-
I was supposed to send you drivers. I don't think I ever did that. Did I?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
I usually golf once a year, maybe. I wish that I could get into it because I mean, I get I mean, I get why people do it. It's a little getaway. It's like going to fish or
yeah,
It's one of the only games that you can play your whole life. You know, there's people out there that, you know, can't hardly
Right about
even
that.
walk, and they're out there golfing. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's one of the only games you can play forever.
it's I'm excited about going and checking out that Mulligan's deal. You're just kind of hanging out and getting back into the golfing scene, and just kind of taking it easy because when we left Ruidoso, I played. Jamie'd come up all the time. I'd play 2 or 3 times a week. I mean, I was into it pretty hard, and I enjoyed myself the last couple times we went out.
It's addicting. It's like,
It
and
really
you
is.
can't master it. That's the thing. It's like,
No, because as soon as you think, I got it, all of a sudden it goes, you're like,
I mean, you and my stepdad played against me in Lubbock, and Bud hadn't played in 20 years.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and they used probably 60% of Bud's shots playing. I mean, it was impressive. I was
I
like,
mean, I did strike the ball
you're hitting it
halfway
really good. I was like, oh my god.
and I haven't practiced. I haven't done squat. But going back to my brother told me, he goes, what's that video that we used to watch when we were kids that Dad said, here, this is what you got to watch. And it was this VHS that we used to put in all the time. And it was Billy Casper. And this is this old school golf. And if you can ever find the videos on YouTube, which I'm going to find, and watch, that's how I learned to play golf. And it's so simple and just like, and this guy got up to this point in this one course, and he's like, so he goes, I know I can't make it all the way over, but he goes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the ball off the water. I'm like, even the kid, I'm going, yeah, this ain't going to happen. And I mean, he goes, and then he shows you the technique on how to do it. And I'm going like, getting in the situation. Of course, you get in that situation every once in a while. You're like going, "Well, Billy Casper did it. I'm pretty sure I can." I mean, 1 out of 17 times you do it, you're like going, "Work."
Well, they say you're always supposed to carry like one left-handed club in your bag, just in case you're behind the tree.
That's my putter.
And I'm like, if I'm ever behind a tree, I'm gonna kick the ball out where I can hit it right-handed. I'm not that way. Yeah. But I don't take it serious when I do go. I'm out there to have a good time.
No, I'm out there to have a good time.
We had fun, or I think I had more fun than everybody else in Lubbock when we played, because I was taking I took 3 shots by 10.
What were you doing? Them pink
Uh,
Cadillacs?
it was
pink kitties?
Purple Kitties.
Purple kitties.
Yeah. I was shooting them down. Bud said, "We're going to Tech game after this. It's the only way I'm a mayor, Bud."
And the reason I froze up there is because it was just us, and then all of a sudden it got all bulked up.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, oh God. And then we had to invite these people in, which they were cool. The 2 guys that came to the father's son.
Oh yeah.
He was all horked off at the people behind or whatever. It just got so tense, and I was like, this is what sucks about golf.
Hadn't played 20 years or at a private club.
And then Everett's going like, we're gonna play at PK, and I'm like,
did you end up playing there?
No, I didn't make it, but I've played at PK a couple times, and
And then
I love being on that course.
that's a beautiful course. But then we go, and I'm like going, oh my God. Show up, we get there. We're there before laying it up. And I go to check in, and Kristen goes, wait a second. She goes, back up. I was like, what? She goes, read the sign on the door. I was like, I said, what's it say? She goes, no jeans or no t-shirts allowed. I was like, So we
You
walked-
had a t-shirt on, or
she had jeans and a t-shirt.
Oh.
So we walk in, and of course, the dickhead that is in charge of the golf course, he's on the phone with somebody because the machines are broke down or whatever. Because we did not have a beer cart girl the whole day, because their tap was from working. And I walk up there and he looks at me like, one of these girls will help you. I'm busy right now. That's cool. And this girl goes, I said, we got reservations. Okay. And I go, door that says no blue jeans or
I
t-shirts
figured
allowed.
that.
I said, she's wearing blue jeans and a t-shirt. I said, is that okay? And she goes, she looked at the dick and she goes, well, if you'd ask him, he'd say no. But you know what? You're gonna be okay. We got out. Went out.
Hurry.
So we go out and I'm like, I'm looking for balls and stuff in the driving range because I'm like, so I go back in and of